The Impact Leadership Conference is coming Wednesday, December the 8th. It will be from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Central Time. And you can be part of that by going to impactleader.com/Rick and Bubba. And you can register today to attend this year's virtual Impact Leadership Conference free of charge. But we do need you to register, and that's also in show notes at rickandbubba.com. And, of course, it will be the return of Dr. John C. Maxwell, who joins us now. John, welcome back to Rick and Bubba. John?
Hey there.
Hey,
there he is.
Hey, welcome back, John.
I'm delighted to be with you guys again. Thanks for having us.
Well, it is our pleasure, John. And I think you have been talking for years, and of course, this leadership conference has been talking for years that there's no greater investment in the world than investing in someone to be a leader and talk about leadership skills. Because I don't know if you've looked around, John, as far as this country is concerned, leadership seems to be a lost commodity.
Yeah, I'm very. The phrase I use, guys, is I'm leadership sad. I think we're living way beneath our opportunities and privileges, and there has never been a greater time for leadership teaching, and there's never been a greater hour for people to understand what it really requires in an uncertain age to be a great leader. So, as always, I'm delighted to be with my great friend Chris Hodges, the Leadership Impact Day in Birmingham at Highlands, and it's just going to be another wonderful time. Every year when I come, I'm fulfilled because there are so many people, thousands of people who attend, and they just get such good practical help and advice. And it's another year, and I, as always, am ready to come and do my best to serve Chris and to serve the Birmingham community.
John, it just seems like, at least in the leadership of our country, we have so many people that just, they put their finger up, they try to see which way the wind's blowing and which way they can accomplish the most votes to stay in. But it really doesn't serve us well long term, does it?
Not at all, guys, and not at all. In fact, this is something I think that's very important for your listeners, and that is great leaders, they unite their friends and they divide their enemies. And bad leaders, they divide their friends and unite their enemies. And you can't build great leadership by dividing people. A democracy only works well when the people of the country have good values, and democracy only works well when they come together for the better good of everyone, not just one political partisan group.
John, how do you reverse the trend when it appears the way to get elected now, at least in that leadership role, is just to play Santa Claus and pass out as much free stuff as you can? Nobody wants to deal with, hey, who's going to pay for this come Monday morning? How do you reverse that trend?
Well, usually in politics, the trend has been so far that the pendulum swings. That if you look at the presidents, you'll find that it basically whatever president we had first, they kind of go to the other side for a while, and I've often said we hang with somebody until we can't handle it anymore, and then the pendulum swings again.
Yep.
So my assumption based on the past is that there will be another move. The pendulum will swing again, and that's very true in democracy anyway. So let's hope that. I hope for three things. I hope for the country to return to good values, because when good values are a part of people's lives, the first thing they do is they value other people, and then they add value to them. So I would hope for the country to come back to just good values. The golden rule: do the right thing. I would hope for that. Number two, as I would hope for leaders of the country to put the people first and not the party. I think both parties are very much into what's best for us as a political party, not what is best for the people. And by the way, George Washington, when they wanted to have political parties in the early forming of our country, George Washington said, "Don't do it. because he said political parties, it will not be long before their interest will come before the people's interest. I think we see that happening all the time. The third thing I would want for America is for us to take our communities back. Change doesn't really need to happen at the top. It needs to happen in our towns, in our communities. And people need to do the right thing at home. And if we do the right thing at home, it'll spread to the county, it'll spread to the state, and then it'll spread to the nation. And those are three things right now as I'm looking at the leadership landscape of America that I really long to see. And I think if we could see them, we could better ourselves and better everyone.
Talking to John Maxwell, impactleader.com/Rick and Bubba to sign up for this virtual event coming up on December the 8th. And John, I think you touched on it. I think we need to stop the assumption that these leadership skills are being taught at home, which is why I think that the conferences like this are important, because, you know, just like we talk about so many times that people need to be generation breakers, meaning maybe you weren't taught the way you should have been, but somebody along the way in your family line has to be the person that says, well, I'm going to learn how to do it from somewhere, but even if I didn't learn it from my granddaddy or my daddy or my mama or somebody like that. But I think you touched on it. Think words like values. If someone is going to be a great leader, we also have got to get to the point that we have people that can communicate a point that says, when I say values, and you named it off, here are the things that I mean, and also here's why these things are good for a country. Because one of the things that I think we have to also not be afraid to say, in a constitutional republic, the leadership usually reflects the current state of the people.
Yeah.
It does. It does. And I agree with you completely. Let me tell you guys, one of the really most important reasons I help Chris is he's building a great college at Highlands College. And one of the reasons I'm so excited about the college is because they are doing more than having great academics there, but they're teaching character development. They're leaning towards going to be like an academy where the students not only have classroom challenge, but they also have life challenge and they have ministry challenge, and so they get to practice what they're learning in the environment of leadership, and they get to express and learn and practice good values. So it's more than just the mind; it's the heart, it's the soul, it's the body. It's a complete school, and I think this is kind of revolutionary, especially in a Christian setting. So I'm very excited. That's one of the reasons I come and help Chris, not only because he's a phenomenal friend of mine, but I come to him because I think he's offering something unique at Highlands College that just isn't out there for most people.
Well, John, thank you again for taking time to be with us. And again, everything you need to know about this virtual conference, I think we've all established the need for these. But then you have to respond. And the good news is you can register to be part of this for free if you go to impactleader.com/Rick and Bubba. It'll be 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday, December the 8th. And you can go get all the information about others that will also be part of this, not just John Maxwell. So, John, thanks for taking time to be with us again. It's always a pleasure.
As always, gentlemen, my privilege.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
There he is, Dr. John C. Maxwell, joining us again, and we're thanking him for that, to make you aware of another opportunity to be part of this. And there's been many who have taken advantage of this in the past, and they love it. So maybe for you, this is the first time, or maybe it's multiple times. But go ahead and get registered so you'll be ready to go. We'll be right back. Rick and Bubba.